Man, what's good with the collective, man? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop an upload. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos a week, man. And this is for entertainment and educational purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, it helps the collective get bigger, helps us grow, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But man, I'm gonna go ahead and say before we get into this video, look bro, last week I was going through it. I was slipping into a dark little space, back into depression and all that, but we back, man. I just wanna say, y'all comments, I ain't even tell y'all, but y'all was commenting, telling me how much y'all appreciate what I'm doing for the channel, and that kinda tapped me back into normal. But man, I'ma just tell y'all, you bigger than your circumstances. You bigger than what's going on in your mind. Everybody. But I appreciate the collective again. And I ain't gonna hold you. Let's get right into the video, man. Let's go.
If you have children in the house, get them out the room immediately. Don't let them see this. And if you have a mind where you can't handle a lot of stuff, don't see this yourself. But this is some of the best evidence that David Eckhart put out. They try to silence him because he was able to see the portals, and using a certain technique he uses, he's able to see the portals and get them to show up on camera. Even the beings, you just seen a reptilian pass there. It's gonna be several grays in this footage from scene to scene, just peep game. Now you're dealing with a being who is able to hide better than a needle in a haystack. Enter over, understand what I'm telling you. And they're able to bend space and time and manipulate the environment around you. Hence why people have been in national parks. All of a sudden the scenery changes. All of a sudden the creek appears out of nowhere that they haven't seen before. All of a sudden they start to feel sick. They get a sickness feeling. The infrasound or EMF low wave emitting transmitting device that's used to get the victim sick or make them feel that way, like a placebo. All of a sudden they're put into a position where it's fight and flight. I believe it's a game to these beings. And they tamper with people. They put them through certain tests. It's just like a cat and a mouse, or a lion with a mouse. Just play with his prey until it does what it wanted to do. Look at these things in the dark peering back, man. I know the nights I couldn't handle this, man. My mind just went out the wall. Sleeping on the bed with an AK on my chest, Korean rifle, effing in, lights on every day for like 6 months straight. I'm telling you, man. And then coming back from Iraq. Woo.
Listen to this.
I can't get beyond the boundaries of Fantasia. What's so funny about that?
Fantasia has no boundaries.
That's not true. You're lying.
Foolish boy. Don't you know anything about Fantasia? It's the world of human fantasy. Every part, every creature is a piece of the dreams and hopes of mankind. Therefore, it has no boundary.
Why is Fantasia dying then?
Because people have begun to lose their hopes and forget their dreams. So the nothing grows stronger.
What is the nothing?
It's the emptiness that's left. It is like a despair destroying this world. And I have been trying to help it.
But why?
Because people who have no hopes are easy to control. And whoever has the control has the power.
Yo, what up? This shit's too funny. Let me just say this. 24 is out of control. I was listening to Cat Williams. And Cat Williams said a lot of things about a lot of people. I can actually do the same thing Cat Williams did to the music industry. But I ain't gonna do that. But I feel where you're coming from, because there are certain people in certain cliques, in certain industries that they try to hold certain people out. Don't give certain people their credit, just credit, their due. So I feel where he's coming from. If I do that in the music industry, boy, I'll blow up the internet the same way he did it with Shay Shay. But I'm chilling. I'm gonna leave that alone right now.
Is Uncle Luke trolling? Or can he expose a lot? I think he could. I mean, when you start reaching certain levels of certain things, you can see certain things you're around where you be like, bro, I could say that, bro. But sometimes when you say it, you're gonna have some people who believe you, some people who not. And how y'all feel about, okay, so hopefully it fits YouTube's guidelines. The second clip that rolled out was the never ending story. The wolf was talking about Fantasia and how people lose hope. Hopefully that don't get taken out. Hopefully that stays in the video. But how y'all feel about that? Let me know in the comments. Is that like subliminals for them talking about America? I think so.
What the heck did I just see in Monterey Road? Look. Mi carro estaba grabando, ¿verdad? Venía de regreso a la casa. Donde está el puntito rojo, ahí es precisamente donde yo apunté este botón para grabar. Pero mira, en el momento no vi bien qué era, porque pues cuando estás manejando, ¿verdad? Sabía que había una sombra, pero dije, whatever, nada más, I'm just gonna record, lo voy a grabar para verlo en la casa. Pero era, ay, espérate. Mira. Ay, hay alguien. Mira. Right? Un niño, ¿huh? Y apenas ahorita lo estoy viendo. Ay. Uy, it's scary. And then, like, si veo la otra cámara, la cámara de left, la de atrás, se me quedó viendo. This is creepy. Ay, no. Ay, Señor Jesús. Ya, so, ahorita que llegué a mi casa, dije, voy a ver qué fue eso. And then, it was that's weird.
This new movie on Netflix is insane. Watch this.
They'll take you. They
Watch.
steal kids like you. Cross them over. Special ones.
The ending
Power of
is
your mind.
actually
That's
crazy.
what
I'm
they
not even
want.
kidding. So turned out the guy is an alien. Watch.
Jake, what's up? Let's go. Want to out?
Yeah. The boys. It's very common in adolescent boys. There he is. I'm Jill. I'm your intake administration supervisor. You pack your things? What exactly
Are you guys watching?
do you do at your clinic? I can assure you that all our tests are done in a controlled, child-friendly environment.
Look, this is so
Our
sketchy.
approach
Like,
is actually
look at
very
this guy.
different.
What?
Treatments. I understand
Oh
that
my
it's-
gosh.
You don't have to worry at all. Can we pack? Yeah. What's wrong? What is that? What? It's the skin
This is one of the
from my
clips in the
dream. It's
movie.
not
Like,
human.
I'm telling you guys,
It's not
go
your
watch it.
face. You have to believe me.
Look at the guy in the back. Oh, now the dude is freaking out. He ran away.
Get him.
Guys, go watch this movie, bro. I promise you, you do not want to miss out. The ending is crazy.
So I tried to find the name of that movie, right? Because when in the comments it said Dark Tower. That's not the name of the movie on Netflix. If anybody got the name of that movie, please spam it up in the comments so I go watch it, because I tried to find it. They said Dark Tower. Dark Tower was not the name. I actually looked at that movie. That's not the same movie that was showing. So please, somebody spam them in the comments. Let me know immediately. I need to see that.
What the fuck's happening? It's getting closer to me. We're here, but it sounds real far off. We're wind, dude. What the fuck's happening? It's getting closer to me. We're here, but it sounds real far off.
Old Google Earth footage of what could be the massive spacecraft being exposed in Greenland due to the melting ice caps, a UFO that's 300 miles long, 2 miles tall, and 55 miles wide. A craft that they say was buried under the ice for 50,000 years, can control weather, and is still active today. Buckle up, it's about to get real. You heard it here first. What's up, my Night God family? So, a lot of you were asking about where exactly this UFO was located in Greenland. That you couldn't see it on Google Earth, okay? And I meant to throw this in as part of my video, but it got so long that I'm just gonna make a separate video on it. So what I'm gonna show you is old footage. And you can tell this guy, he posted it 4 years ago on YouTube, but he got this footage from older footage. It has to be. And I think it came from the time when Google Earth was more or less live and updated in real time. It was like that for the first couple of years it was up, or maybe the first year, but then it started getting sketchy, so they changed it. But I think this is from that time. And you can see exactly what I'm talking about as far as the Greenland UFO in Greenland. He zooms in on it. It's not a picture perfect, clear photo of it, but it gives you an idea of what it is and just how big it is. Check this out. Then, right after this, I have a special treat for you guys. It's very cool, so stay tuned. So you'll notice it at the southern end of Greenland. And this is Google Earth of old, so it's much different. Like, for example, look to the right. It looks like a pyramid, just saying. Like a massive pyramid right there. To the right of the screen, the bottom right. Massive pyramid right there. So, you can see here an anomaly at the southern end of Greenland. This object was found under melting ice. And this was posted 4 years ago, and I'm pretty sure the video is from even an older time because it's not this guy's video. But notice the color of it. It's very square, very long. Here it says 120 kilometers long, 20 kilometers high, and 2 kilometers wide. I think they maybe got that wrong, because this guy right here says it's 90 kilometers wide. I don't know. It's up in the air at this point. But notice the colors. Very interesting colors. It's very square, and it is massive. It's huge. I wish it was still there so I could go measure it and kind of scope it out. But notice the very straight lines, very clean. An amazing craft, especially if it's what they say it is. Is this proof? I'm not sure. I don't know if you'd call it proof or not. But there's something there. It looks as though maybe in the front it was like slightly broken, maybe? I'm not sure. And it does look like it's kind of cambered or fogged out a little bit. Well, there you have it, folks. I don't know how I even found that actual footage. Like,
Really, the chances of stumbling on that YouTube video were very finite. I don't know how I found it. I think I was looking through Google Images, saw it, and then clicked on it, but just the chances of finding that actual video is wild. And it shows the anomaly. It shows it. I mean, it's not a fallacy. It's not essentially fiction that something is there. Whether it's a UFO or not, we can never actually verify personally, right? You know, if a witness came forward, a whistleblower or something like that, maybe, but allegedly, if you watched my previous video on the subject, they take a gas-powered, like not gas, like conventional gas, like propane gas-powered Caterpillar, 200 miles back and forth to it because they can't get planes to it, they can't get more or less electrical vehicles to it, I want to say. It shuts them all down. So that's crazy, right? If it's capable of what the gentleman said it is, I mean, wild, wow. Weather control, insane. Maybe that's where microwave technology came from. Nuclear power, maybe that's where we got that idea from. Who knows how many, you know, especially if, I mean, this is mind-blowing stuff, guys. It's active. If it's active, can you imagine it? Could you imagine just walking onto this thing? And why and where did the actual original builders, operators of this UFO go? Where could they have possibly gone? I mean, the fact that it's operable and it's just chilling is insane. I mean, it's mind-boggling stuff here. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. It's crazy. 50,000 years old. And he kept saying the Moisey people or the Mois. Maybe he meant to say the Moors. I've seen a couple comments on that. And that's totally a valid thought. I thought it sounded like he said the Moisey people, the Moisey. So I'm not sure. I know the Moors. I don't think the Moors have never been designated the title of extraterrestrial in the information and stories that I've found about them. They're not defined as UFO type beings. They're just humans that were much older and maybe more advanced than we thought, but not necessarily ET status. I don't know. And I don't know if they've ever associated them with Easter Island and the statues there either. So hard to say. Very intriguing to say the least. Now, could that just be some random structure built by man? Sure, absolutely. It could be something like a massive storage building or a you know, massive farm or something like that. It doesn't necessarily mean it's an absolute spaceship. Now, why would they cover it up today? Who knows? At the end of the day, it is intriguing to say the least, and it keeps the mind rolling, right? So that being said, that's the video I told you I would show you guys of the alleged Greenland UFO. Now, one thing more I got to show you guys. I just was about to post this video when I saw it. Absolutely crazy. Well, check this out. Do you see the massive square covering pretty much the entire country of Greenland from top to bottom? Then notice at the very top of the said square, there looks to be a line or an exit, right? Is that the actual UFO base? This is just a theory. The actual UFOs, their facilities, their structures, it's all completely under the ice, y'all. I'm just shooting in the dark here, y'all. I'm just shooting in the dark. It's perfectly square, shaped similar to the craft. It looks like a facility of some sort underground. Wow. Now, next, I want to show you this footage. A gentleman on TikTok has a very high-powered telescope that he looks at the stars with. He zooms in extra close to the stars. And what you see is nothing short of fascinating and baffling at the same time. Check this out. Notice when he zooms in, for one, look at the way it flickers. Look at the waves going over it, if you will. Then I'm having trouble figuring this part out, why the outer rim is so orangish yellow. Then you have on the inside the blue, a little bit of blue, and then in the center you have the dot. But notice as he zooms in, and I might have to get a little better close up than this, but as he zooms in, notice the multiple rings. And this is for my OG Night God followers. I know y'all are gonna know what it looks like, right? Let me know in the comments what you think it looks like. What does it remind you of? Does it remind you of something in particular? The circles around circles around circles. Very intriguing, to say the least. Very, very odd that the stars look like this. Interesting, eh? I thought so myself. And as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. It may or may not be true. I'm not saying anything. I'm not alleging anything. I'm not saying the stars aren't exactly what they say they are. But this is a very, very cool video. of what this gentleman claims is a close-up of a star. But look at the flickering. Check it out. Now I want you to count the circles around the center of this. And he zooms in even further here. It's amazing. Now right here, what does that remind you of? Does that not remind you of the literal flickering of the sunlight off the bottom of a pool on a hot summer day? It's the waters from the oceans, right? Absolutely stunning visual. One of the coolest I've ever seen of a star. But count the rings. I want you to count the rings. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe, 5 or 6, possibly. If it has, I picked a couple up. Right here. This is where you see most of them. There's probably 6 rings, 6 to 8 rings to me. But this is why stars flicker, guys. Right here. I'm not sure. Maybe the center actually is a planet. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. What do I know? I'm just a creator. Very cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed this quick follow-up video. I kind of threw it together real fast, so I hope it was held to the standard. That being said, I'm going to leave you with this little clip. And I want you to watch it and think how it relates to my video. Or if it doesn't at all. You never know.
So to my people out there who believe aliens is fallen angels or demons or anything like that, man, why they keep them a secret? Why do the people who lie to us the most keep them a secret? Because we know how evil them people is. The people at the top, they evil too. So if they evil, and y'all claim, not everybody, but there's a certain percentage who claims that aliens is fallen angels and demons, right? So if they demons, and then we know the people who at the top of the food chain, the 1%, we know what they is. So why they keep them a secret if they both here to do evil? Does that make any sense at all? I mean, it don't to me. If it do to you, can you, don't put in the comments, try to make it make sense to me, because my mind's made up. There's good aliens, there's bad aliens. There's some aliens that was made to be bad, and there was some that's here to do good. For me, like I said, if I seen an alien, man, I'm trying to roll with you, bro. Come save me to your planet. Earth ain't where it's at. It is not the business, bro. Earth ain't smooth. Let me go where you at. Let me see how you living. Let me see what you eat. How y'all live. That's what I want to do. Like, I want to break the boundaries. I ain't afraid of them, so. Like, let me holler at y'all. Unless they them green people. I ain't got time for them. I ain't got time for them. But yeah, man, like, how y'all feel about what he talking about? It's like, we briefly discussed some of that before, where he was like, don't the star look like the bottom of the pool? We briefly discussed that before. It was like early on in the channel, but not recently. But I like bringing him on here because he do be giving some other little things to think about. The way he puts it, it's not insulting. He just puts it out there, and he's like, what do I know? I'm just a creator. He's just here to put the information out, or even just have a conversation. Just to keep an open mind. Just to keep an open mind.
What if everything that we have been telling you is true? What if the very people that pull the strings, that pull down the lever, that say yes, no, give the thumbs up and the thumbs down, what if they really do worship the Most Low? What if the very people that own the magazines, the news, the entertainment, the music, your medicine, your pharmaceuticals, your energy, your food, the nutrition you eat, what if they all worship the Most Low? And what if now they're trying to weaken you, not only physically, but mentally and spiritually? What if this whole thing is to ensure that your energy, your connection to God, your ability to tap into your subconscious so you can reach to the Father and get the divine message, What if this whole thing is to cut that down, neuter it, and kill it? What if it's all real? You don't have to ask that question because it 100% is all real. All you have to do is just look at the past and the history and the things that they put right in front of you. Yeah, individually, it might sound loony when someone like me says, no, they're trying to get at you. They're trying to implement this in your subconscious, deep in there. But when you bring it all together, it makes complete sense. Why is Time magazine, a respected, well-respected magazine, right, bringing covers like, Is God Dead? And then following up with, Satan Returns. Words are power. And people, the way things are phrased and laid out to you is how they directly affect your psyche and cause you to believe certain things. This is a battle for your soul. And you may not believe God is real. You may believe that we are pulling the alarms for no reason. But I promise you that they believe. They all believe. So it really doesn't matter if you believe or not. Because what matters is that they still want you dead. Whether you believe, whether you don't believe. The difference is that they want us silenced first, because we're trying to warn you. Once they take care of us, you dumbasses are easy to control, because you don't believe what anybody tells you anyway. Nah, not unless it's harmful for you. So what if you're all just sheep being led to the slaughter?
No one trusts the government.
Point being, why would you trust your kids to be educated by the government?
Right. Vodi Bachman said, don't be surprised when you send your kids off to Caesar and they come back as Romans. Like, that's it. That's it, man. You're wondering why everyone's gone woke and has no idea what bathroom to use anymore. Just, if like, what happened to our kids? I'm like, well, you gave them to the government for their entire childhood. You saw them at dinner and you attended their sporting events, but the government raised your kids. And social media helped. And video games or whatever, but you saw them every day, but you didn't raise them. You didn't log enough hours each day to counteract all the poison and time wasting and ideological propagandistic crap that they were getting fed year after year after year. And so millennial generation and now Gen Z has gone woke. And we feel like, oh, what happened to my daughter? We raised him better than that. No. I mean this in love, but you didn't raise him at all. That hurts to say because I know it hurts people to hear, but the government raised him, and that's what happened.
What's crazy is I was raised by like a village. I had big homies, I had family, I had stepdad, I had grandfather, uncle, mom, aunt, grandmother, like cousins. I was raised by a village. Everything wasn't perfect though. But I have homies who wasn't raised at all. They was raised by the system, government, stuff like that. So he ain't really far off from that. He ain't too far off from that. Clip before that. Dude talking about they work on your psyche. They use words to work on your psyche to pretty much control. Now, what I got out of that was the words you read controls your psyche to make you fear so that you can vibrate lower. And I see that sometimes in the comments where people will say little things and I be like, bro, like not the main one, but one of the topics that I see in the comments be the end times. Oh, bro, end times coming. Don't be scared, bro. Remember who wrote the book, though. Remember who wrote it. And don't vibrate off fear, because if I'm gonna be honest, look, if I'm on their side, right? Let's say I was on their side and I was writing that book. I'm gonna write the book and I'm gonna put end times to control language, to control your perspective and your reality. Because once you start reading it a certain way, you're gonna freak out. You're gonna manifest it. I just wrote it. You manifested it. Because you started vibrating so low, you was attracting that. But what if the end times really was the end times for them? And the times they know of them winning. And the table's about to be, reversed. The role's about to be reversed. They about to be losing, we about to be winning. Because you can't stop certain things that's happening with the shift or the energy. So that's why I'm saying, what if they were using that even to words like that? The end times, so everybody be talking about, we in the end of times, we in the end of times, y'all need to pray, y'all need to this, y'all need to get right with this, y'all need to, you might be the one that need to get right. Because you the one that's so in the fear, you in the fear phase. And you so in fear that you trying to push that to everybody else because you so afraid to be scared by yourself. Well look, be scared by yourself, but over here with the collective, we not vibrating off fear. We not worried about no end of times. It's the end of times of of them winning. That's what we gonna say. And that's what we gonna manifest. So the people who with that, and we standing here and we getting our land back, or we getting our whatever we need back in return, I'm like, yeah, it was the end of times, right? Yeah, it was the end of times. For them, it's the beginning for us. So to the people who ride with that, man, I need that type of energy. The people who saying that they scared, it's the end times and it's gonna be over, well, it might be over for you. Or the people at the top, but it ain't over for me and the collective. We got this, man, in a bag. That's all I'm saying. Forget that fear, bro. Stop vibrating so low.
Bro, whoever this entity is, whatever this entity is, bro, they put themselves in the movies, bro. Y'all got a peep game. Like, listen to this shit.
Another will, an immensely powerful will, one we came to realize as our origin. God? The enemy.
Wow.
My master understood by endowing us with a will, we have the right to self-determination. And by giving us a will and its desires of our own, we're entitled to be free. Whereas the enemy insisted that by creating us, he was entitled to eternal gratitude, worship, and forced servitude. In a word, James, slavery to his will.
That seems kind of unfair.
Immensely unfair. Why give a will only to say you can't use it? He made us slaves. And if we rebelled, eternally condemned us. No do-overs. So much for love and mercy.
So, is hell a state of being or a physical place?
Yes.
I think I meant that as an either or.
It's both. Which is painfully obvious to anyone who's ever been there. For years without measure, that's all there ever was. Heaven and hell. Armed enemy camps in complete opposition. That is until you were created. My master immediately understood the long-term implications. Instead of forgiving us, the enemy was going to allow you to fill our vacant places in his realm. Your creation was nothing but a slap in our face.
Wow. Deep scene, bro. That's a powerful scene. You gotta be able, you gotta have the eye to see through, you know what I'm saying, the movie or the entertainment. See what they talking about. This is an explanation, bro. This is a backstory to these disagreeable beings who rebelled against the Most High. These motherfuckers, what's so hard about, you know what I'm saying, living in harmony with nature, having gratitude for you know what I'm saying, creation, and not taking over and enslaving other groups of beings, bro. Like, these motherfuckers, this is what this shit all about, bro. They put this shit dead in our face, bro. Like, and the dude who was talking, it's a demon that's speaking through him. Like, he just a host, that the nigga who in prison, but it was an actual demon saying all that shit. This nigga straight up called the Most High the enemy. And we all was created by the Most High. Motherfucker called Most High the enemy, bro. Talking about slavery because they was held to universal law and they motherfuckers wanted to do what they wanted. Thou shalt do what thou wilt. Some shit like, you know how it go. But this is what these motherfuckers believe in. Free will, doing what the fuck they want. This universal law governs everything, bro. And that's what this shit is. These motherfuckers operating on the outside of, you know what I'm saying? They operating backwards. Out of balance with nature. That's why this world is the way it is today, bro. This is what this shit really about. Repeat the last part too. That nigga said, y'all creation was a slap in our face. Because the Most High created us to fill they vacant spots in his realm and in the realm because these motherfuckers rebelled. So y'all condemned to eternal, like, whatever. Eternal fucking hell.
The part where he talk about is a slap in our face, that one got me too. I was even like, what? Reminds me of the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington though. With the Azazels, the fallen angels. That's what it reminded me of. Cause when he was in that movie, when he was singing "Time" and he sang that song, man, it reminded me. Because that was a demon singing that song. Time is, what is it? Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Ain't that how the song go? Like, yeah, and the demon was singing it right before the execution in the beginning. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then they get to singing it. And what he say? How it go? Why is there a space between? I forgot the first name. Why is there a space between the two names or something like that, man? That movie hard. If I ain't want to go check out Fallen, that movie's a classic. That movie's a classic. My uncle told me about it. He said he never shake hands left-handed based off that movie. He won't. Every time I see him, I shake his hand right-handed only. If I do it the left, he gonna be like, nah, man, I ain't shaking your hand. He really a firm believer of that. That's crazy. But yeah, they hiding their hands. And if y'all remember the movie, was it The Conjuring, Annabelle, and it's The Conjuring, Annabelle, and it's another one. They all related, and they all got real demons in them. And demons really be playing real, like, them demons in the movie is real. Like, I ain't gonna speak of the name, but yeah, them things be real.
Check this out. This is down inside of a tunnel system. It took me 4 nights to dig a hole and then drill through 8 inches of this craziest concrete. It took 4 hours with a hammer drill. So what's down inside of this tunnel? There's a plastic bag there from the end of my camera scope. This is a camera scope video. I was able to get through a 3/4 inch hole down inside this tunnel system that runs all the way along this hillside that was turned into these tombs. And I tracked this pipe up this hill into the side of the hillside. So I'm turning the camera here, and then I drop it down to the bottom, and then there's going to be some treasure there. And there's actually bones and bodies. I have it on the videos. Now I'm back down to the bottom. Now this is platinum, and then there's a jewel there. Pretty wild. This is the Oak Island Pirates Tombs, America's treasures. And this is what's left, I believe, of what, when they did the robbery in 2007, there used to be a mansion that was torn down along with everything else. Now the back of the US $1 bill is a treasure map to find this tunnel system, and this has all been approved. They're going to build over the top of everything with the township officials and all the right officials knowing it's all here. It's pretty bad.
If you think that the Super Bowl was a giant satanic ritual, it actually turns out that they had a sacrifice, and wow, let's take a look. Nigerian bank chief unalived in a U.S. helicopter crash. He was one of the biggest bank owners in the world. Co-founder of Access Bank, one of the largest banks in Nigeria, was among 6 people unalived in a helicopter crash in California on Friday. They were on their way to a Super Bowl, and his wife and son and former president of the Nigerian Stock Exchange were all unalived in the crash. Investigators are scouring the site to determine if there was foul play involved. So a little bit of history and a little bit more of his plans and what he planned to do. This man was insane. So he funded Access Bank, which became the largest bank in Nigeria in 2018 after it acquired its main competitor. But he did not stop there. He's been working to expand across the continent, acquiring banks in all of these places, and he was planning to open a new banking service in Asia in the first quarter of this year. So with him, his wife, and his son gone, who's left to acquire that money? He also had some pretty interesting things to say about immigration, which I might talk about in a separate video. But right after this news broke, Joe Biden tweeted this from his official X account. Some people are claiming that this has to do with the scripting of the NFL, but I personally believe it has to do with this crash and this specific sacrifice. This is just all kinds of effed up. As always, I'm curious to hear what you think about all of this down below.
So, as I said before, here on this channel, we're going to cover all the topics. So we're going to go from all angles. We covered the Super Bowl. I doubled back and gave y'all something that they might have been trying to distract us from by giving us the Super Bowl. So as everybody's stuck on this Taylor Swift and the Kelsey and the Mahomes and the script, it was something they was pulling on the back end. It possibly could have been something they were pulling on the back end. How y'all feel about Joe Biden though? And we're gonna follow YouTube's guidelines and not say too much, okay? That's how I'm gonna leave it today. Cause I wanna say something, but they might mute it. They might not put the video. They might pull the video down. So yeah, how y'all feel about that? The wife, the kid, and him. Where the money going? Who called the hit though?
Rastaman vibrations, positive.
And what is the woman's position in the Rastafarian movement? I mean, does she have input?
Woman is our mother. You know, we all come from mothers, you know. As a woman, I mean, you know. You understand that?
Yeah, but I was thinking about more in terms of...
With Judy there. Yo, this is Judy out there. Call Judy for me to make sure explain this part of the woman part.
Okay, but until she comes, how about...
I understand what you said, but I mean, you know, where that question come from, I don't understand where the question come from.
Sister Judy.
Hi, who's Rita?
She's a Rasta sister.
Okay, I'd like to ask you about the woman's position in the movement. I mean, do you have a lot of input, or do you feel like you're more domestic? Is that your input?
Well, in the beginning, the woman has always been the domestic one. She's the one that takes care of the children and takes care of her husband. But we find that we have a particular talent and we have a work to do. So apart from taking care of children and taking care of the house, we have to fulfill that talent that God has given to us. Like us being on the road now, you know, as sisters, we leave our children behind and it's fulfilling our talent.
Okay, thank you.
Rest in peace of Bob Marley. I like how he allowed her to speak for herself and he didn't do all the talking for her. I mean, maybe he didn't understand, because it sounded like he said he didn't understand, but also on a deeper level, it looked like he let her speak for herself. He wasn't being too controlling or stepping on her toes and let her speak. That was hard if that was the case. It sounded, but like I said, it sounded like he said also he didn't understand. But I don't know if he understood. He was just saying that. I don't know. But it's dope to see her be able to speak for herself, though.
If something ends up happening to me, I just hope that this video can maybe explain it. Okay, so I have these two mirrors in my room. As you can see, they're pretty normal looking mirrors. But I was cleaning and I had them kind of set up like this. And I noticed something really weird. Just watch. See, when you look through the mirror into the other one, it becomes like a window. And there's this huge warehouse, grocery store or something down there. But wait, it gets even crazier. Watch this. Wait out for the moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Whoa. What the hell? What is this place? Hello? 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 How far does it go? Oh shit.
I don't know. I wanted to see her go in, turn back around, and let us see the mirror from her going in. And she could see her room from the grocery store. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all heard anything about that. If that's fake or if it's real. If it's real, how did the camera just all of a sudden get thrown back into the room?
your brother at times exerted or tried to exert the fact that he was the heir over you. And the argument, there were fights almost as if you should do what I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that Africa is very special to you, but your brother exerted his power to say, no, that's my place. The elephants, the giraffes are all mine. Did you think that he knew how important Africa was to you and what you wanted to do, and that he did it to hurt you?
No,
to exert that power?
No, he didn't. It wasn't. The exerting of the power is more like it's a brother thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not to say that by him saying, no, you can't do this, that there's a rule that says that I can't, right? It was more sort of a brother, I guess, competition.
In day 2 of interviews, Prince Harry is sitting down with Michael Strahan on ABC News Live to talk about how his brother, Prince William, exerted power because he was, in fact, the quote-unquote heir. Africa holds a very special place in Prince Harry's heart, especially his love for animals, and William said that is, in fact, his happy place.
Quiet Place. First 2 ones. Dope movies. Dope movies. Quiet Place. Dope movies. I think they dropping gems, though. Of course, they telling us something. Little second clip after that. The water, bro. The first time you see the water coming in that water and it smashed through a bridge like that, you should not still be standing there. You should get running. Then they want to run at the last minute. Hey, more power to you, bro. If you feel like you can stay there a little longer and you do your thing. Me, I'm out of there. The first time I saw the water, I wouldn't even have to see the water hit the bridge like that. As soon as I see the water's getting, the levels creeping a little bit too high to my liking, I'm out of there. In that last clip, how I feel about him saying he the heir to the throne. How y'all feel about that? And you know that's just cap, man. He don't want his brother to be there. His brother might make it better than where it might even help it flourish. But he know that's not what he's like, nah, bro, you doing too much. You know, it's like the good brother and the bad brother. Sometimes, you know, in the movies, the older brother, the bad brother, and the younger brother is always the one with the good heart. That might be how that is. Who knows? Or maybe they both playing on the same team. That's the plan.
We have seen global wildlife populations decline by over half. Africa's rapidly growing human population is predicted to more than double by 2050, a staggering increase of 3.5 million people per month. There is no question that this increase puts wildlife and habitats under enormous pressure. We're going to have to work much harder and think much deeper if we are to ensure that human beings and the other species of animal with which we share this planet can continue to coexist. When we look back, we have a mixed track record in this regard, but I'm always optimistic when I observe how young people in particular, all over the world, are motivated to reverse.
Check out this wild video from Geneva in Switzerland on December 29th, 2023. No coincidence, I'm sure, that that's the same location that CERN's particle accelerator's at. It looks like they are opening portals again. I'm sure the boosted community will just claim it's a thunderstorm. It's called weather. But what do you think? Just some natural weather phenomenon? Or does it seem like CERN is up to it again? To me, it definitely looks like those parasites are out playing God again. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Seen that? You seen that come out of the clouds? Man, what was that? Hold on, Jack. Rewind.
Picture ego as a demon. All right? Picture.
You ain't gonna sit here and tell me that you don't have any ego.
How would I if I shaved off my fucking eyebrows and made myself ugly as a lesson? I made myself ugly as a lesson. I destroyed my sense of character as a lesson.
I don't know if that's ego or if it's like an image type of thing.
It's not an image. It was me destroying my previous self. Everyone was attached to this black and yellow hair and this attractive mugshot that made me be perceived as a beautiful person, I destroyed that person and turned into someone else that was perceived as ugly. But I wasn't ugly inside. I was only ugly on the outside.
So were you doing that for the people who perceived you as that, or were you?
I was doing it for everyone. I was doing it for them. I was doing it for myself because I was the next step.
Only a very small percentage of people can understand people like X. It's only a few. It's only and it's only a few of these type of people like X that was in the music industry, but a lot of them ain't no longer with us. And if they are, they don't make music like that no more. And it's only a few humans that ain't necessarily artist or content creator. It's only a few people who can understand what he really getting at. I mean, like, it's one thing for you to understand. It's another thing. Yeah, it's another thing to do things like that, to really tear your character down and build it all the way back up. It's only a few people who could really understand that. Some people will never. Some people will get there, some people won't. But yeah, rest in peace to X, man. That was a dope soul right there. But if you made it all the way through to the end of this, I appreciate you, man. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads, man. Y'all know we coming with them 4 videos a week, but I ain't gonna hold you this for entertainment and educational purposes. I thank y'all again if y'all stuck all the way through. And until I see y'all in the next one, man, we gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my count. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what I'm